Olá, boa tarde. Vamos dar início agora à coletiva de imprensa da técnica Pia Sundhage. Primeira pergunta da Cíntia, do Globoesporte.com.
Olá, Pia, tudo bem? Eu queria perguntar para você, Pia, se foi a melhor atuação da Marta sob o seu comando e também questionar se você pensa em alguma mudança pelo lado direito da defesa contra os Estados Unidos depois da atuação hoje, se não ficou um pouco desprotegido o setor.
When it comes to Marta, yes, she played well, and she had a good performance. No doubt about that. And as you know, there are 2 more games, so we will let some of the other players have a chance to play in the national team as well. So it will not look the same starting lineup, but hopefully the similar.
Pergunta do Lincoln Chaves, da agência Rádio Brasil.
Boa noite, Pia. Parabéns pela vitória. A minha pergunta, queria que você analisasse, por favor, como é que você avaliou a postura do meio-campo da seleção hoje. Você não teve a Formiga e a Luana, que são suas titulares. Você formou, pelo que eu analisei, com a Júlia, a Adriana, a Chu e a Marta um pouco mais avançada. Depois entraram a Andressinha, a Geis, a Ivan. Qual a avaliação que você faz do meio-campo? E se você pretende fazer mudanças específicas nesse setor, pensando agora nos Estados Unidos. Obrigado.
Well, the center mid is a very important spot, and usually we've had the Formiga and Luana, as you know. I'm impressed of the way the players are solved today. In the first half, they struggled a little bit, but they tried. And if you look at the first goal, and like Adri, and the breakthrough she created in the second half as well. And I like when she is involved in the game, and she just needs to be involved a little bit more. The same with Julia. Andy comes in, which I like. And what is interesting is we have not prepared for Fusa to play central, but she just had to because Shu needs to get out. And that's another thing I like with this team. We prepared certain things, and maybe it will not turn out as we have hoped for, but this is flexible. So a player like Fuso, her first touch was a little bit off, but then she just played herself into the game. So I'm happy with players coming off the bench, and scoring 4 goals against Argentina is good.
Pergunta da Renata Mendonça, das Vibradoras.
Oi, Pia, boa noite. A gente já havia falado, o seu primeiro adversário foi a Argentina, aí estreou agora na She Believes contra a Argentina. Qual é a sua avaliação desse jogo em comparação com o primeiro, que o Brasil teve mais facilidade para vencer, e especialmente no primeiro tempo? O que você identificou que deu certo e errado no primeiro tempo?
Well, there's a couple of things. One thing is the speed of play. There is a big space in front of their back 4, Argentina, and I think we could have done a better job to get in there with different kinds of players. When we did, we looked very dangerous, and we talked about in the second half. So in the second half, I think we gained some confidence as well when we scored a goal early in the second half. And what a goal. Those goals we scored was, they were really nice. The key is to be compact, and I don't think compact and speed of play, and that's something we talk about. But also their counterattack. I think we can do a little bit better job to dropping off a little bit faster and have the midfielders with us, so we still stay compact. But you have to remember, it's February, and we had a camp in January. I'm really happy with the way it turned out to be. 4 goals, and some of the attacks looked really good, I think.
Pergunta do Edson de Lima, da Vitrine do Futebol Feminino.
Boa noite, professora Pia. Eu queria perguntar a respeito da participação das jogadoras que atuaram no meio-campo hoje, se é uma tendência você utilizar na sua equipe jogadoras que originalmente são atacantes, como alas ou como meio-campistas, e já que nas suas convocações, normalmente jogadoras de origem de meio-campo são raras. Muito obrigado.
Well, as I said, the midfielders, they are the key, the way we like to play. And they need to be good on both sides of the ball. So an example, Luana, for instance, who's not here, I think she is good in the attack and the defense. And if you look at coming off the bench like Debinia did, Andressa did, she's so comfortable with the ball, and that is important. I think all the one we've chosen have done a good job with being comfortable. Now, the challenging is actually to have a direction in the game, because if you change a point of attack and nothing happens, we need really direction, and at the same time not be too fast. So we need keep possession, but with the direction and play the play that have a chance to get closer to the goal. We will continue to try players in the midfield, that's for sure.
Pergunta da Bianca Góes, do Portal das Minas.
Boa noite, Pia. Pia, nós percebemos que uma dupla de zaga formada pela Rafaela e pela Érica veio dando muito certo em todas as partidas que elas atuaram juntas. Infelizmente, nessa convocação, a Érica não pôde estar e você convocou a Tainara. O que você achou dessa dupla? E você pretende fazer novos testes na zaga, por exemplo, uma entrada da Antônia ou até a Bruna Benítez, que vai jogar na posição?
Good question, because that's another key. I think Rafa, the way she plays right now, she will be a world-class player. Now, my job is to see who she's going to play with, because the player she plays with has to bring out the best performance in Rafa. And we will try different players. I think players like Tainara, she might be able to do that. I think she was okay today. A player like Bruna, she's comfortable to play central. And with a good coaching, I think both of them could play. But don't forget Antonia. She's here and she's training, and that is a young player coming. And I think finding a good center back. I thought I found it in Erica and Rafa, but that is not the case any longer. So we continue to try different couples to play.
Pergunta da Tainá Fiore, do Empório do Futebol Feminino.
Boa noite, Pia, tudo bem? Primeiro, parabéns pela vitória. Bom, a gente vê que ao longo do jogo você usa e abusa da inversão das atletas dentro de campo, mudando assim muito a forma de atuar da seleção, né, ao longo do jogo, e a gente viu que você fez isso hoje com a Marta e a Adriana, que funcionou muito bem no segundo tempo. Eu gostaria de saber como que você acha que essa ideia de inverter o jogo acrescenta para as atletas e acrescenta também no coletivo da seleção brasileira. E se você acha que em algum momento essa ideia pode, vamos dizer, atrapalhar você, né? O tiro sair pela culatra e acabar dando errado. Obrigada.
When it comes to the whole midfield, and again, it's about direction, and I need to be patient and really be open-minded and see different solutions. If you play in the Olympics, play 6 games, you're going to play the final, it's so important you have options in the midfield. With players like Marta, you mentioned Marta, it's important that she is involved in the game. But still, I don't think she will play central. So far, she is in the flank. But in order to get engaged in the attack, it's important that she, her movement off the ball. Now, with having that said, there's something called defense as well. And if they are connected, the two center mid, so many other things will solve by themselves, both attacking and defending. So if we have two center mid playing well and two center backs playing well, I think we have so many great options in the flanks.
Pergunta da Rafa Carolina, do Diário do Futebol Feminino.
Olá, Pia, boa noite. Primeiro, parabéns pela vitória diante da Argentina. No caso, eu queria saber o seu critério sobre a utilização de jogadoras que estão em pré-temporada em seus respectivos times. Nós sabemos que a Rafaele foi muito importante na zaga, a Debinha também é muito importante nessa transição do meio de campo para o ataque, e também a Bia Zanerato é uma jogadora muito importante, mas são jogadoras que sabemos que estão paradas e estão há um tempo sem jogar. Então, nesse caso, eu queria saber o seu critério de utilizar uma boa parte das jogadoras, principalmente no primeiro tempo, que estão há um tempo sem jogar e estão, no caso, em transição de pré-temporada nesse momento. Muito obrigada.
I think there's one thing with all the Brazilians, it's so important that they are healthy and fit. We're going to play many games, I hope, and we're going to play well. So they need to challenge the line by running. Today, I thought we could do a little bit more running with some of the players. And in order to do that, repeated sprints with the right timing, that is one criteria that if you want to make this team. The other criteria is to be a team player. That means sometimes you run for somebody else. That means you cover up for somebody. And that means that you have eye contact and communicate with your teammates. Even if you have a bad or a good game, you need to be a team player. And that's another criteria which I think you have to contribute to the team, be generous. And if you find a solution or if you just have to dig in, that's what you have to do. So fitness and being team player, that's two great criteria, I think.
Pergunta da Vitória.
Oi, Pia, boa noite. Parabéns pela vitória de hoje no jogo. E, Pia, eu queria que você falasse um pouco sobre a alteração que você fez no gol durante a partida. Você trocou a Aline pela Lelê. Nessa alteração, você buscou melhorar um pouco a saída de bola do Brasil, tentar adiantar um pouco mais o time, já que uma das características fortes da Lelê é justamente essa habilidade com a saída de bola do time?
Well, we have three goalkeepers and all three of them will play. And today we choose to give them 45 minutes each. And Barbara didn't play at all. It's so important going forward to have three goalkeepers, even four. And at the end of the day, there will be two of them, and the third one will be a reserve. And this is a little bit about character, because right now, I'm not sure who's the first goalkeeper. And they are fighting for that spot. And that's why in practice, for instance, with Thiago, but also how they play in the game. So today we had the two different goalkeepers show, and against US, let's see if they get another chance, and with Barbara.
Pergunta da Tatiane, do Diário Futebol Feminino.
Oi, Pia, tudo bom? Primeiro, parabéns pela vitória. Eu gostaria de saber, a gente acabou vendo algumas falhas defensivas, mesmo com a vitória, e a gente viu que a Yamila Rodrigues, né, a camisa 11 da Argentina, ela conseguiu muito espaço nas costas da Camilinha quando estava na lateral direita no primeiro tempo. No segundo tempo, a Camilinha foi deslocada para a lateral esquerda e também acabou falhando na cobertura do gol da Argentina. Ela não tem jogado assim no Palmeiras, e quando ela jogou, ela não foi muito bem, apesar dela ser uma grande jogadora no meio de campo. Eu gostaria de saber se vai insistir na Camilinha ainda nesse torneio, se existe alguma alteração da Camilinha para o meio de campo, e qual vai ser o esquema para a lateral no próximo jogo contra os Estados Unidos. Obrigada, Pia.
Well, what's happening in the next game, we have to think about that. We haven't analyzed the games, and we look at the bigger picture. It's not only playing against US, we're going to play against Canada as well, and see how the players feel after this game. When it comes to Camilla, it's a great thing that she actually can play outside wide as a back, and I've seen her in the club team as well as a midfielder. So that is another key. Going only with 18 players, the players who can play in different positions, they have a bigger chance to make it. And if you look at the defenders we have, I think we try to find different kinds of options. And right now, I've talked about Hafa, that's only one player. And we need to find the back four to be a cohesive team. So to answer your question, let's see what's happening against US and Canada. The starting lineup and who's coming off the bench.
Última pergunta da Maíra Nunes, do Correio Brasiliense.
Olá, Pia, boa noite. Parabéns pelo jogo. A minha pergunta também tem relação com a Camilinha, atuando na lateral. A pergunta é como você vê essa questão defensiva quando opta por uma jogadora que não é lateral de origem, principalmente do lado direito da seleção, e se jogadoras que a gente diz de origem, você falou sobre isso, mas que a gente fala de origem da lateral direita, podem vir a ter novas oportunidades aí em próximas convocações.
Let's see when it comes to outside backs. We of course we look at different players, and that's one of the keys. Not only who's playing, but how they're playing. Because if you look at the players like Camilla, for instance, she's attacking, and if she can go forward, she will add something to the attack and coming from behind. Now, when you give up a goal like we did, it's not only one player. Please, it's a whole team. It starts somewhere, and we have team players that try to make sure there's no goals. So if we concede a goal as a team, likewise when we score a goal, it's the same thing. And I said before this tournament, we would try to find some answers. And looking at the back four is one of the answers we're looking for. But this is only one game. It will look very different against US if you look how they attack with 3 forwards, good on the flanks, and who is capable to deal with 1v1 situations.
Obrigada, Pia, e obrigada a todos que participaram.